Welcome to the Jowls Frontier. I'm Holly, and today I wanted to come on and talk with you about how to homeschool through the holidays without losing your mind. I think that stress can be huge for a lot of families during the holiday season because there's so many things for us to go and do and enjoy and family and friends that it's difficult to choose. But you know, early in my homeschooling years and parenting, when my boys were young, there were so many things for us to choose from that I couldn't choose just one. So we did everything. I would pack our schedule full of every party, festival, event, activity to where our weeks were just mind-blowing. They were so full. And you know, every year, by the time January rolled around, I was so exhausted and our schedule was really non-existent that I was always ready to quit homeschooling. So after a few years of that, I wised up and I learned a few things. You know, we used to pack everything in. We would do gingerbread house decorating parties, and then I decided, well, we might as well start doing some of those things ourselves. Can you imagine? So for several years, we hosted parties here. We did gingerbread house decorating and pilgrim dress-up days and hot chocolate cocoa bars and you know, all those different things. Just trust me, don't do the gingerbread house decorating party. You will find sprinkles for years in weird places in your house. Just don't do it. So anyway, as I said, it was exhausting and I just wanted to give up homeschooling, really, because of the holidays, after all, everything. So I wised up and we quit doing all those things. And I sat down with my boys and we looked at our holiday calendar a couple of years ago to really decide what it was that we wanted to do. And we began talking about those crazy years and all those different things that we did. And the honest truth is, they don't remember half of it. We did so many things that it was hard for them to pick anything that was a favorite because it was kind of blurry to them. And they said everything was just kind of okay. And here I was trying to pack memories into my kids, thinking I was making their childhood wonderful and full of all these memories. But what I was really doing was packing it so full, they couldn't even see straight after all the things that we were doing. So I asked them, what were the things that you truly enjoyed and what are things that you would want to do again? And their answers really surprised me and actually kind of made me feel guilty. They said that they really enjoyed smaller group activities where there was just a few of their friends so that they could enjoy their time and not feel like there was so much going on that they couldn't do everything or they couldn't really enjoy it. They also said we did so many things that they couldn't pick one that was a favorite and everything, you know, to them just seemed like it was okay. They couldn't think of any of those things that they would really like to do over and over again. What they did choose was family time, spending time with extended family we don't get to see very often. They enjoy making some holiday gifts for family and friends. And then we have a pioneer settlement that's not far from us that does a day called Christmas Remembered every year. It's very simple, laid back Christmas time. And that they considered a tradition. That was something that they loved to do. So those were the things that they really, truly enjoyed and considered as a tradition and wanted to do over and over again. You know, I found that information when I asked my children, you know, I found it so valuable that I wanted to share it with you. And what I found was, you know, especially if you're a newer homeschool mom and you see all these different things, and sometimes the thought goes through our mind that we're not going to have that opportunity anymore. You know, what if that never comes around again? So we want to just jump at the chance. But then what happens is we fill our calendar and it becomes too overwhelming. And the truth is our Januaries would be so blah. I was so exhausted and the kids were irritated and our homeschool schedule was pretty much non-existent. And even the kids admitted, they said, well, you know, we don't really want to say that we don't like not having as much schooling in January, but they too felt a little out of sorts because our routine just really wasn't in place at all. And my kids like routine. So I want to see, you know, how can we make a holiday plan? How can we plan in advance so that we're not stressed out, that we enjoy the holidays, and we really soak up some beautiful memories with our children? Number one is to decide when your season's going to start. Is it going to start in November? Is it all of November and December? Is it 1 week here or 2 weeks there? Our schedule, usually we try to change it around the second week of November, and it goes through the first week of December. And what we do is we just kind of lighten our load. We keep our basic schooling, but then everything else I put aside because we want to bring in read aloud time and different things like that. Well, look at the festivals and opportunities that are available to you. Is it something you want to spend your time? Is it worth your time and your effort to go to those things? Are there people that are going to be there that you want to spend your time with and spend that activity with? Next, does saying yes to this activity bring more responsibility to you? Are you going to have to cook? Are you going to have to bring things? Are you going to have to man a table? Is it going to take more time away from enjoying your children than you want? So think about those ideas when you're looking at activities. Now, let's see, what I suggest is just choosing one activity per week, even if that. And this includes home activities as well, because we always see those cute ornaments that we want our kids to make, and we think it's really only going to take an hour, right, to sit down and make those cute candy cane chenille, things with the have little beads. That can't take very long. But the reality is, it's probably going to take 3 days of incremental time for your kids to sit down and really get those kind of things done. So you have to kind of remember to work that in your schedule too, because it's just not fun to say, all right, we got to cram this in, we got to get these done, we got to get all these made. So I had done that in the past, and what I realized is they're not going to sit for long periods of time. So short incremental periods in making those ornaments is, what it's going to take. And so I work that and call that kind of our activity as well. So look at your current homeschool week and see where you can pare down. We want to keep our basic schedule and just let everything else sit on the shelf for the holiday season. Bring in some read alouds that you love. Bring in something that you really want the whole family to enjoy, and use that extra time to do that. Family activities, reading aloud. If you have older children, choose a great chapter book that you really wanted to read with them, because maybe you have some dedicated time that you can do that. Read a chapter a day. Read aloud is our best time here at the Giles Frontier. It always has been. And even as the boys get older, they're teenagers now, that's still our favorite time of the day. So bringing that tradition into the holidays with books that we only read once a year is kind of special. Also, choose holiday movies that you want to share with your children and kind of bring that as part of your holiday routine. Now, if you have younger children, you might want to spread that movie over a couple of days, because it's really hard for them to sit for long periods of time to watch a whole movie. But another thing is you can take some of that time for yourself, and they can spend 30 minutes watching part of that movie while you're getting some things done, or just sitting by yourself drinking a cup of coffee. Because just because the holidays are such a hustle bustle, it really is a good time to take a little bit of time for yourself and really reflect on whatever. And that only might be 10 to 15 minutes, but take it. There's nothing that does a heart good than a mama having 30 minutes, can you believe it, just sitting quietly while your kids are watching the Polar Express. No doubt about it. So try and take that time. I know it's counterintuitive in the season of giving and holidays to take time for yourself, but I think it's the perfect time to take a little bit and really refresh yourself. Next, I think that it's really important to find an opportunity of service in your community. I think doing this can be the best lesson of all and the best gift of all for multiple ages. It helps parents and kids. It can help parents from thinking of being a little bit more overindulgent with their kids during Christmas time. And it can also help children realize there's a lot more things going on in the world than just themselves. So find a service opportunity that works for your whole family. And of course, it's appropriate, age appropriate for what you have in your home. And my last tip for you, which I'm going to tell you, is to get outside. I'm going to tell you to get outside. Get outside and go for walks. Enjoy the season. Notice the changes around you. Notice what's blooming and what's not. Notice the changes in the trees, the leaves falling. Everything is kind of calming down and going quiet for the winter time. Everything in nature is resting. It's resting because it's going to begin anew in the springtime. And that's really a great thought for ourselves as well. Taking a rest to begin anew is really a great way to spend some time in your holiday season, to remember what's important, to remember what the season is about, and to not lose your mind with your kids while you're homeschooling. So those are my tips for today. I have the link to the article up in the heading that I wrote on the blog about this that you might want to take a look at. And on Thursday at 4 o'clock, we will be here doing wood burning. And I had my wood burning piece here for you. Yes. So we're going to show you how to wood burn, how to do the designs, and use a wood burner. All ages can do this with adult supervision, and where you can find the wood pieces. And if you want to do it with us, most craft stores sell these wood pieces already cut and ready to go. And we use a drill. We'll show you how to do it. Some of them might already come with a hole in it, which would be great. Or you get your husband to do the drill, just drill a little hole in it. And I recommend the Versa tool, which is a burner with an adjustable temperature. You can get burners pretty cheap, especially if you have a coupon. So if you want to get your supplies ready, we can do it together on Thursday at 4 o'clock. And I'm hoping to have someone here with me that can help me do that. I want you to enjoy your evening. Thanks for coming in and joining me on my back porch today, spending a little time talking about how to homeschool through the holidays without losing your mind. And enjoy the rest of your evening, and we will see you on Thursday.